Namaste dear students. I, Dr. Ramat Dias, Head of Pharmacy Department at Government Polytechnic Jalgaon, welcome you to this session on Introduction to Pharmaceutics 2. The learning outcomes for this session are: enumerate the importance of subject Pharmaceutics 2, recall the syllabus of Pharmaceutics 2, identify course outcomes of Pharmaceutics 2, and you will be able to use experiential learning for Pharmaceutics 2 and use online platform for learning Pharmaceutics 2. You have already studied 6 subjects in first year diploma in pharmacy. So I want you to pause this video, write your answer on what is the importance of various subjects in diploma in pharmacy. Hope you have recorded your answer. Let us go and see what is the actual importance of various subjects that are taught in diploma in pharmacy. My dear students, pharmacy comes into existence because of health. We are the team members of healthcare team. So it is the prerogative of a pharmacist to see how the care of health of humankind can be taken. So when we consider health and nutrition, it is the study of structure and functioning of the various organs of the body, which is done in the subject human anatomy and physiology. Once we know regarding our health, this health can be diseased or we could suffer from various disorders, and therefore we have to study the subject called as a biochemistry and clinical pathology, whereby various biochemical processes that take place in a normal healthy body and a diseased body can be studied. By studying clinical pathology, we can tell whether a person is suffering from any disorders or not. Same way, in the subject health education and community pharmacy, we are taught regarding various communicable and non-communicable diseases which are of importance to community. Once our health had some disorders or disease, we need drugs, or more specifically medicines, to treat these diseases. Therefore, my dear students, we study pharmacognosy, where the sources, the cultivation, the medicinal ingredients present in those medicinal plants are studied. So whatever medicinal ingredients are present in the plant, those can be extracted, and these drugs, their physico-chemical properties can be studied. Whatever the drug is there that has been extracted from the plant, that is not sufficient. Therefore, we have to see how we can synthesize this drug in the laboratory. So the synthesis, the analysis, physico-chemical properties of the drug are studied in pharmaceutical chemistry. And pharmaceutical chemistry 1 is the study of inorganic compounds of medicinal importance. We study pharmaceutical chemistry 2, whereby inorganic compounds having the medicinal properties are studied. Once the drug is there, we can't give that drug like that only, but we have to prove its safety and efficacy, and that the action of drug on human body and how the body reacts to the drug, everything is studied in the subject called as pharmacology. Now, the proven efficacious drug, which is a safe one, can be converted into a suitable dosage form by using a formulation science, and pharmaceutics is the branch of formulation science, because we can't use the drug directly. We need to change it, transform it into a suitable dosage form. So in Pharmaceutics 1, you have studied various unit operations which are important for manufacturing of the various dosage forms. In Pharmaceutics 2, it is very, very important because we study the dispensing and compounding of medications. So, Pharmaceutics 2, the importance is, once the patient comes with a prescription to pharmacy, we have to dispense the drugs and we have to counsel the patient, give them the instructions regarding administration of the drugs. So, how to manage the drugstore, how to control the inventory, all the things we study in drugstore business management. Not only this, the pharmacy as well as manufacturing units are governed by legislations, and that we study in pharmaceutical jurisprudence. Now, in case of patients who go to the hospital, those patients will be served by the pharmacist. And what is the role of a pharmacist in hospital and clinical pharmacy? That is taught in the subject called as hospital and clinical pharmacy. You can see the subjects which are given in the blue color. Those are the subjects which you have covered in your first year of diploma in pharmacy. While the subjects which have been given in the red ink, those are nothing but the subjects which you are going to study in second year diploma in pharmacy. So, having known the importance of various subjects and more specifically Pharmaceutics 2, let us go ahead. I will ask you once again to pause your video and jot down the specific important points those you are going to study in subject Pharmaceutics 2. Hope you have recorded your answer. Let us go and see the importance of Pharmaceutics 2. It is the first importance that you will be able to review the prescription. The prescription which is given by a prescriber, that can be reviewed by the pharmacist. So Pharmaceutics 2 will imbibe the skill in you how to review the prescription. Once you have reviewed the prescription, you need to compound the medication as per the order of a prescriber. So you will be having those skills of compounding of medication. Whatever compounded medication is there, how it can be properly labeled, packaged in a suitable container, those skills will be imparted to you. The medications, how we can dispense to the patient, that will be taught to you. And while dispensing, what is your responsibility of counseling to the patients, that will also be taught. And with this, even you will be taught how to store the various medicines into your pharmacy. So Pharmaceutics 2 is a subject where you will be converted into a complete pharmacist who is reviewing the prescription, compounding the medication as per the orders given in prescription. He will do the proper labeling and packing, and he will dispense the medication to the patient after proper counseling, and he will take care of the medicines. So this is the importance of Pharmaceutics 2. Now with this, we will move further to know various course outcomes. Course outcomes are the outcomes that should be in you after completion of the total subject. So once you learn Pharmaceutics 2, then at the end of the course, you should be able to review the prescription for errors, incompatibilities, and you should be able to translate various Latin terms. So this is a course outcome number 1. Course outcome number 2 is the students will be able to solve the calculations involving percentage strength, dilutions, dose, isotonicity adjustment, proof spirit, displacement value using various convergence of weights and measures. Course outcome number 3 you will be able to formulate and evaluate various dosage forms using suitable excipients, methods, and techniques. Course outcome 4 is you will be able to choose suitable packaging materials and dispense dosage forms after proper packaging and labeling. Course outcome number 5, you will be able to counsel the patients regarding dose, route and time of administration, precautions to be taken during administration, method of proper use, and storage conditions. So, we expect you to have these outcomes in you after studying pharmaceutics too. Now let us go ahead and see the syllabus of pharmaceutics 2. Dear students, we have in all 12 chapters in pharmaceutics 2. We will be covering 4 chapters for every sessional. So 3 sessionals, 12 chapters. The first chapter is on prescription. So in this, you are going to see what are prescriptions, how you can read and understand the prescription, how you can interpret the Latin terms, what are the various modern methods of prescribing, and how you will be able to do the calculations involved in dispensing. Chapter 2 is on incompatibilities in prescription. You will be studying various types of incompatibilities, physical, chemical, and therapeutic, because if there is the incompatibility, the drug or the medicine will altered in its safety, efficacy, or the dosage, and therefore we need to study these incompatibilities in details. Chapter number 3 is on posology. It's the science of dose. So you will be studying dose and dosage forms, factors influencing dose, and calculation of doses on the basis of age, sex, surface area, and even the veterinary doses. So chapter 4, we have powders, where you will be studying various types of powders, their preparation, how you can use various weighing methods, and how you are going to take proper care of the dispensing balance. Chapter 5 will be on monophasic liquid dosage form, whereby you will be studying various solutions like that of mixtures, syrups, elixirs, gargles, mouthwashes, throat paints, douches, eardrops, nasal drops and sprays, liniments and lotions. Then you will be going towards biphasic liquid dosage form, and in chapter 6 you will be studying suspensions, what are its various types, how to prepare the suspension by using various adjuvants, what are their quality control tests, and what is the difference between flocculated and non-flocculated suspension. Chapter 7 will be on emulsions, the types of emulsions, identification of emulsifying system, how to formulate it by using suitable emulsifying agents, the instabilities involved in emulsions and their preservation. Chapter 8 is on ointments, pastes and jellies. So here you are going to learn various types and preparation methods of ointments, pastes and jellies, including poultice. Chapter 9 is on suppositories and pasties, whereby you will be studying various types of suppositories, their bases, and its preparation and packing. Chapter 10 is on dental and cosmetic preparations, where you will be introduced to dentifrices, facial cosmetics, deodorants, antiperspirants, shampoos, hair dressings and hair removers. Chapter 11 is on sterile dosage form, where you will be studying various types of parenteral formulations, its processing and personnel, the facilities required for formulating sterile dosage form, quality control tests, like that of sterility testing, particulate matter monitoring, etc. In chapter 12, you will be studying ophthalmic products. What are the essential characteristics and ophthalmic preparations, how we can formulate it by using various additives, and what precautions needs to be taken in handling and storage of the ophthalmic products. So now we will move towards experiential learning. My dear students, I want to make it very clear to you, it is not possible only by attending the lectures and reading the books. Everything you will be learning. Therefore, in pharmaceutics too, learning by experience is very, very important. It will be possible for you to read the prescription when you will go to your home, take few prescriptions, go to your neighbors, take few prescriptions and start to read it. When you will start to read the prescription, then only you will come that various parts of prescription are there. They are present there or not. Make a habit of reading the labels, because you will come to know what medicament is present into this medication, how the labeling is done, how the instructions to the patients are written on these medicines. You can observe the containers used for various dosage forms. So, you have to take this experience. Apart from whatever the experiences you are going to take by yourself, we will be taking you to the pharmacy, to hospital and to industry for the visit, because we believe that the learning can be more appropriate only through experiences which you are going to take. So, you should make use of experiential learning. Till you get the experience, your skills are not going to be coming into you. Not only this, due to COVID-19 situation, we are at our homes and all the teaching learning process is going on online. We are using the virtual platforms like that of Zoom. We are taking lectures on Google Meet, YouTube, Live. So these are the virtual classrooms. So you should be able to make most use of it, because you are not in front of us. We don't know whether you are attentive in the lectures or not. So it is your duty. So my dear students, I want you to suggest that whenever your time of lecture is there, make a separate place where you can sit on a chair or sit suitably with the erect posture and give your special focus on the lecture which is going on. Whatever the learning management systems we are using, like that of a Genomio Moodle, Google Classroom, you should make use of it. You should study how you can use this LMS. Not only that, whatever the assignments are given to you, you should be very prompt to submit it. The quizzes which are put over there, you should answer these quizzes in time. You should participate in various discussion forums and you should be able to do the collaborative work together. And therefore, I am saying you should be able to use all the tools effectively so that the teaching learning process can take place well. We have seen the importance of various subjects and more specifically pharmaceutics too, and we have defined course outcome, and I want you to once again revise this, because at the end of the year your pharmaceutics too should impart the skills by which you should be able to review the prescription for errors, incompatibilities, and you should be able to translate Latin terms. You should be able to solve the calculations involved in dispensing of medication. You should be able to formulate and evaluate various dosage forms. You should be able to choose suitable packaging material, and you can dispense dosage form after proper packaging and labeling. You should be able to counsel the patients regarding dose, route and time of administration. So thank you, dear students.